All right, guys, this is a really important video, and this is going to be something where I'm going to break down and give you some very interesting insights about what's going on. You may feel like you're really struggling and you're getting behind, and there's inflation, and you're just not keeping up. How people feel about their lives and how much spendable income they have has been increasing very significantly with a lot of stress for a lot of people. And so I want to take you through this post and show you not only what's going on, but perhaps the best way for you to get out of this problem where you're not going to be struggling, where you're not going to be building up debt, where you're not going to be living a life that's not fun. But first, I want to talk about this. This is in Halifax, and this is specifically about young adults, 25 to 35, people that are more starting out, but really at the stage where they could be starting families. And that could mean supporting not just a single person, but a whole family. And we're going to play this out. And I want you to pay attention to this, even if you're not in this age group, because I think a lot of this will be applicable to you as well. So basically, this person wrote a post on Reddit in the Halifax community. And just for sake of reference, if you're not familiar with Canada, Halifax is probably the biggest city on the eastern side of Canada. And it's really well known for being a place where there is affordable housing, where there are still jobs, but not going to be as competitive as something like Toronto or Vancouver. And so this person works a full-time job plus a casual job on the side, and they're still struggling to make ends meet. It seems like they have to prioritize which bill because they can't be paid all at once. Does that sound familiar to you? So they're looking to get some interviews and things. And this post really took off. As you can see, there's 481 comments. And this is just for Halifax here. So here's someone else that says, I have a roof over my head and food in the fridge. I did everything I was supposed to do, went to school, started a career, make half decent money. They thought they'd be having some savings now, but they're stuck in a way too small starter apartment and they can't move. And this is one of the problems with inflation and what's been going on with the rise of housing is it really penalizes people that maybe want to make a change. Maybe there's a divorce, maybe they find a partner, maybe they want to move to a bigger house. You can't really stair step anymore because the only money that people have, and you may recognize this as well, is from their real estate, from the real estate appreciation, because everything is getting out of control. If you have real estate, you may see that you're sitting on more money, and that may be good for you. But think of what it would be like if you did have to move, and what would you be able to find in a current situation or a little bit different area if you had to buy in now at the prices today. And so they're stuck. They can't move. They can't, I'll never be able to have kids. Think about that. This person saying, I'll never be able to have kids. It's devastating. It's too heavy for me to handle. I feel this. 6 years of schooling, got a great job. It just doesn't work anymore. If I could go back, I'd go and do a trade. To trade, I often think about this, but I don't think my body could handle the physical labor. Just went to school for a trade at 35. Best decision ever. So they took a radical shift at 35, realized that the path of that was promised, go to school, get a good job, not working out. An electrician struggling to put food on the table. The starter apartment isn't really applicable anymore. They're all too small and too expensive. Yeah, so it just goes on and on here. I used to have hopes and dreams. Now I'll just do my best to eat and stay sane. Here's someone else. If I were single, I couldn't do it alone. They're only able to do that to have a little bit of breathing room because both people are working. And this is really what's getting out of control here. And it just goes on and on about this. I keep telling everyone, I haven't lost any of my assets, my cat, my apartment, or my car, so I'm doing great. A little tongue in cheek there. But struggling, being the highest paid, but still struggling worse than ever. Realizing I need food to get by, but I'll never actually be full. So this is just goes on, and you can see that people are having problems. Older family asked me the other day what my financial plans for retirement look like. As I'm barely scraping by while I'm working, I replied, death. Barely at all. I'm lucky to have really solid rent, but I'm in Dartmouth, and I've watched as my adult salary, so it doesn't drink, doesn't go out to eat, doesn't spend any time doing things. He is able to keep a gym membership, blindsided by a sickness, right? I can relate. I'm just surviving these days, not living, not thriving, not really doing anything. to move to a lower cost of living, the Northwest Territories, so paying less for everything. Not really accessible for a lot of people. So this could be happening to you even if you're not in this age group. Maybe you're just feeling like you're not getting by. You're just not able to at your job, even if you're saving money to get to that point where you have that extra income. And I think this is the really important thing is that you need to understand that the world has changed. AI is coming already. That's changed how people work, how they operate, and it's going to continue in the future. So it's more important than ever, particularly because this is going to speed up. So if you're behind right now, the manner in which you're going to start losing ability to keep up with things is going to increase unless you do something. And this is what also the promise of the internet. Before, there was a lot of things going on, a lot of different opportunities and different ways to make money. And a lot of them don't work for the average people because they're busy. You need something where you don't need to have a lot of time to do it. You need something that's going to convert and going to be able to produce income. And that's where I came across this. So it's a digital licensing blueprint, and I'll put a link in this below this video. All right. And what I want to do is share with this for you. So this is going to solve those problems for you because you're going to make an extra income, extra $900 passively. Okay. And this could happen on a daily basis. Sometimes it happens multiple times on the same day, which is really fantastic. Sometimes it happens every 2-3 days. But this is what is going to get you out of this because basically, this is a digital licensing blueprint. So what you do is you actually have this whole system and you will make 100% commission on it. And the course is really good because it explains exactly how to do this. So even if you don't know anything, even if you don't know how to do marketing, if you don't know how to get people to look at your link, you're going to be able to do that. And I know that's a big call, but I just want to show you some of the people in this community. Right now, there's almost 30,000 people in this community. And just look at this, 25K in 5 months. So what would that do for you? Absolutely life-changing for a stay-at-home mom of 4. I resigned from my 9-to-5 in 3 months. The Lord led me to this program about 3 months in. Oh my God, I just made my goal for the month and I'm not even in the middle of July. My first of many $900 sales. So I purchased a program and so now she's made her first $900 sale. I quit my job, 2,100 in 3 days and my rent is paid. Okay. 5,600 in 10 days. I'm just going through some of these people that have posted 8 hours ago, another 1,800 a day. I quit. I turned in my 2-week notice. It's my birthday. I'm grateful. $2,100 days, 8,200 since Sunday. So this is a win. Went live, made another sale on my second live. So wins, another $900 Friday. So 100 contacts, 18 days later, $900. So starting made $900. First sale, now the ice is broken, $300 today. So it just goes on and on. Here's another $900. And what I want to do is just show you that this is actually working for people. And what I would like you to do is to check it out. Obviously, I can't explain all the details of it, but if you are struggling and you want something that's going to work for you, and these are just average, normal, everyday people that don't necessarily have a list, haven't done marketing online before, but if you need that kind of life-changing income, then fill out the email here. I like to look at it as you're making $900. It's 100% commission. So you're making basically $1,000 and you just need to stack those $1,000 up. Like how many $1,000 do you need? Do you need $25,000? Would that really change your life? Would that get you out of debt? All you need to do is focus here. I'm going to tell you exactly what to do and you'll get there. For me personally, I'm seeing this as a 6-figure income easily in my first year without spending a lot of time doing it because it just works. And I've had people go through the system, haven't talked to them, they just buy and I get the 100% commission. It goes right into my Stripe or PayPal account because I have both of those configured and we're going to show you how to do all of that. But this is just phenomenal. But I want you to think, here's the thing, you don't need to be finding products and trying to figure out what to sell on Amazon and set up an account and do all these complicated things. this whole funnel, you get the whole funnel and it markets itself. And it's really wonderful. People have gone through, as I said, some people will ask you questions in email. Some people won't. You'll just be doing something and you get a notification that someone came through and purchased and you made another $900. Sometimes people ask questions through email, so I respond to them through email. And that's really cool as well. A lot of people are 90% of the way there. Maybe they just have a couple questions, but it really makes a lot of sense. So if you're struggling right now, realize this one thing. You've got to do something different, because that speed where times are getting tougher, where your money is going less, where groceries are going to eat more and more of your budget, that's not going away anytime soon. You've got to do something different. And that's why you've got to figure out what about this digital licensing blueprint, what it is, how it makes sense for you, and how you can get started with it right away. So I'll put a link under this video. Make sure that you check it out. And please just realize that pay attention, look at what the video talks about, get all the details that you need to get, but realize you've got to do something different. All right, I'll see you in the next video.